So anyway, I was watching some other videos and whatnot, and I had talked about the Teen Wolf and everything else. And I'll show Enter the Stars did a video about the Lupercalia, and I was like, holy crap, you know, they that's where the wolf comes from. That's what they're doing, right? This Lupercalia is a an ancient like holiday celebrated from February 13th to the 15th. And what they did was, let's see here, a goat and a dog were sacrificed, and salt meal cakes prepared, blah, blah, blah. So they sacrificed a goat and a dog, and it was all about wolves and dogs. And I'll leave a link to his video so you can kind of go. He explains it a little more in depth. But I just wanted to point out that it has to do. That's why it has to do with wolves and dogs. And I did some research on movies and stuff that had to do with the wolf or a dog or whatever. So let's start off with the Copenhagen shooting that happened on Valentine's Day. First off, Copenhagen adds up to 88. So there was two shootings, and the first one was on Valentine's Day ever, and it was an event called Art, Blasphemy, and Freedom of Expression. And Swedish artist Lars Vilks was among the speakers and is thought to have been the main target due to his drawings of Muhammad. So, for one, he's Swedish, and I remember in Back to the Future, and we've seen all these, you got Charlie Hebdo, or however you say it, and now the Denmark shooting, and who knows what else, but you know, they're doing a bunch of Europe things now. And in Back to the Future, in the newspaper, it actually says Swiss terrorist threat, or Swiss terrorist threat, and that guy is Swiss. I mean, he's not the one who is, he's the one being threatened, I guess, but he's not the one threatening, but it's still kind of interesting. But what I'm trying to get at, and what it has to do with dogs, check this out. Lars Vilks that depicted the Islamic prophet Muhammad as a roundabout dog. So basically, his controversial drawings were of Muhammad, his head on a dog's body. I mean, on Valentine's Day, over Lupercalia. That's some crazy stuff. So then, as I was reading here, it says other participants included Femin activist Inna Shevchenko, who was addressing the audience when the shooting took place. And the thing is, I wrote down about this group a really long time ago, or at least probably 6 months ago or more, because it had to do with you. I think my mic's, there we go. But I mean, here's their logo. It's the yellow and the green, or yellow and the blue, which makes green, and it's also an 8. And they are a radical feminist protest group founded in Ukraine in 2008. The group is now based in Paris. And they are like big supporters of International Women's Day, obviously, which is on March 8th. Which, like Malaysia Airline, whatever. And it says here, the political and human rights theme designated, or, well, hold on. Basically, some places celebrate it just like Mother's Day and Valentine's Day, but other regions, they run strong and political social awareness of the struggles and blah, blah, blah. So, anyway, though, you scroll down here, so International Women's Day, and you scroll down and you find a picture of the Femin group. And there they are, right here. Ukrainian group Femin calling for a sex strike to protest against sexual exploitation of women. And look at the protest thing they're holding up. None other than an 8, or the infinity. Also, I forgot to point out, March 8th is 22 days after Valentine's Day. So then you read a little bit farther down here, and you find out, after the attack, the suspect hijacked and fled in a dark-colored Volkswagen Polo. All right, so Volkswagen is VW222355. It was founded May 28th, 1937. And look where it's headquartered. Wolfsburg, Germany. Wolfsburg. So check it. Founded in 37, and its logo adds up to 55. 37, 55. In Wolfsburg is where it's headquartered. Now you come down here and you find out it was originally founded not by a person, but by the German Labor Front. And the leader of German Labor Front was Robert Ley. All right, and he was born on the last day of Lupercalia. And he died in 1945. 45th day of the year is Valentine's Day. This guy was also 55 years old. All right, so then the second shooting was on February 15th at, I'm assuming like midnight 50 or 12:50. But he killed 37-year-old Dan Uzan, who was like a European League basketball player, or used to be. And I'm not sure if this is like a super old jersey or what, but this is him right here. I can't find any other pictures of him in basketball. I mean, I found other pictures, but you can't see the number. But here he is clearly number 23. Space Jam, Michael Jordan is number 23. Then it says they tracked the shooter via CCTV coverage. And you find out the first CCTV system was installed for observing the launch of V2 rockets. 22-2 rockets. Really. This was the guy who installed them or whatever. And he was born on 3/2/32 and died on May 5th, 5/5. Also, it says that the U.S., the first commercial use, became available in 1949. And we've been seeing 49 a ton of times this year, especially with the Super Bowl and whatever. Really not quite sure why, but it's pretty significant that it is 66 years ago. I think that's probably a lot to do with why the 49 shows up a lot. Okay, I'm just going to end it right there. I got a whole bunch of other ones. It's just, I don't know. I feel like I'm not going to be able to cram it all together, so I'm just going to try to do each thing that I'm talking about. So I'm going to quit talking and end this one. So have a great night, and there'll be more wolf videos to come.